Hi everyone. In this video, we will cover the most common asked Power BI interview question with answers and easy examples. What is Power BI and how do you use it? Power BI is a tool from Microsoft that helps you visualize and analyze data. You can use it to create interactive reports and dashboards, which help you understand your data better. Example: suppose you work for a retail company and have sales data from different stores. You can use Power BI to connect to your sales data, create charts and graphs that show sales trends, and share these insights with your team. This way, everyone can see which products are selling well and make informed decisions based on the data. How do you connect to data sources in Power BI? To connect to data sources in Power BI, follow these steps. Open Power BI Desktop. Start Power BI Desktop on your computer. Get Data. Click on the Home tab and then select the Get Data button. Choose Data Source. A window will appear with a list of different data sources such as Excel, SQL Server, Web, and more. Select the data source you want to connect to. Connect. Click the Connect button. Enter details. Provide the necessary connection details like file path, server name, database name, or API key, depending on your data source. Load data. Once connected, you can preview the data. Click the Load button to bring the data into Power BI for analysis. Example: if you have an Excel file with sales data, you can connect to it by selecting Excel from the list of data sources, navigating to the file on your computer, and clicking Load. This brings the sales data into Power BI, where you can start creating visualizations and reports. What is a measure in Power BI and how do you create one? A measure in Power BI is a calculation used to analyze data. Measures are created using data analysis expressions, DAX, and are used to perform calculations on your data, like sums, averages, or more complex formulas. What are the differences between calculated columns and measures in Power BI? Calculated columns and measures are both used to perform calculations on your data, but they work differently and are used for different purposes. Calculated columns are new columns that you add to a table in your data model. Measures are calculations that are applied to aggregate values in your data model. They are computed row by row during data refresh and stored in the data model. They are evaluated dynamically based on the context of your report and user interactions. Calculated columns are useful for creating new data fields based on existing data in your data set. Measures are used for aggregations, such as sums, averages, and other calculations across multiple rows or tables. Example: you might create a calculated column to calculate profit margin by subtracting cost from revenue for each row, while a measure could calculate total sales across all products or calculate average sales per month. Explain the concept of drill through in Power BI and give an example. Drill through in Power BI allows users to navigate from a summary report to a detailed report that focuses on specific data points. It enables users to explore detailed data related to a particular summary without losing context. Example: suppose you have a sales summary dashboard in Power BI that shows total sales by region and product category. You want to drill through from the summary to a detailed report showing sales performance for a specific region and product category. How do you use Power Query in Power BI to clean and transform data? Connect and load data. Import your data source into Power BI Desktop. Open Power Query Editor. Click on Transform Data to open the Power Query Editor. Clean data. Remove unnecessary columns, filter rows, rename columns, and replace values. Transform data. Add new columns, apply transformations, like splitting or merging columns, and format data as needed. Apply and close. Apply your changes and close the Power Query Editor to load cleaned and transformed data into Data Analysis Expressions is a formula language in Power BI for creating calculated columns and measures. It uses functions and operators to perform calculations and manipulate data, responding dynamically to user interactions like filtering. DAX enhances data modeling and enables the creation of sophisticated reports with efficient performance. Can you explain the difference between a table and a matrix visual in Power BI? Structure. Tables are straightforward rows and columns, while matrices allow hierarchical grouping and aggregation. Interactivity. Matrices offer more dynamic exploration through drill-down capabilities compared to tables. Purpose. Tables are used for detailed data presentation, while matrices are preferred for summarizing data across dimensions or hierarchies. In summary, while tables provide a straightforward view of data, matrices offer more flexibility in summarizing and exploring hierarchical data relationships in Power BI reports. How do you use Power BI to create a report that updates automatically based on new data? Connect data. Import your data into Power BI Desktop. Design report. Create visuals and arrange them on the report canvas. Publish to Power BI service. Publish your report to Power BI service. Set scheduled refresh. Configure scheduled refresh settings for your dataset in Power BI service to update data automatically based on a defined frequency. Share report. Share the report with stakeholders, who can view updated data according to the refresh schedule. This ensures your report stays current with new data, providing timely insights for decision-making. How do you handle large datasets in Power BI? Handling large datasets in Power BI. Data import optimization. Use data import mode and apply filters in Power Query to reduce dataset size. Efficient data modeling. Use star schema, define relationships, and optimize data models for faster query performance. Aggregation. Utilize DX measures for aggregating data and pre-calculate aggregations to improve responsiveness. Incremental refresh. Implement incremental refresh to load only new or modified data, reducing refresh time. Filters and slicers. Apply filters and slicers to limit data shown in reports, improving query performance. Data compression and storage. Enable data compression and choose appropriate storage mode. Import direct query. Scheduled refresh. Schedule data refresh during off-peak hours to minimize impact on performance. Monitor performance. Monitor and optimize data, refresh and query performance using Power BI service tools. How do you handle security and permissions in Power BI? To handle security and permissions in Power BI. Workspace access. Create app workspaces and assign roles, admin, member, viewer, to control access. Dataset security. Use row-level security, RLS, and data sensitivity labels to restrict data access based on user roles and sensitivity levels. Report sharing. Share reports and dashboards with specific users or groups. How do you create a custom visualization in Power BI? To create a custom visualization in Power BI, enable custom visuals. Allow custom visuals in Power BI desktop settings. Import custom visual. Import a custom visual, PBVIS file, into Power BI desktop. Add to report. Drag and drop the custom visual onto the report canvas. Configure. Define data fields and customize visual appearance using the Format pane. Publish. Publish the report to Power BI service to share with others. How do you optimize the performance of a Power BI report? To optimize the performance of a Power BI report. Data model. Simplify and reduce data size, optimize relationships, and use direct query mode for real-time data access. Query optimization. Use simple DX measures, pre-calculate aggregations, and apply filters to reduce dataset size. Report design. Limit the number of visuals per page, choose efficient visuals, and minimize visual interactions that require recalculations. Data refresh. Implement incremental refresh and schedule refreshes during off-peak hours to reduce load times. Monitoring. Use Performance Analyzer to identify and address slow-loading visuals or queries. Implementing these steps will enhance the speed and responsiveness of your Power BI reports for better user experience and performance. Can you explain the difference between direct query and import modes in Power BI? Direct query mode. Definition. Queries data directly from the source in real time. Usage. Suitable for scenarios requiring up-to-date data without local storage. Performance. May be slower for complex queries or large datasets. Data storage. Data is not stored locally in Power BI. Always live from the source. Import mode. Definition. Imports and stores data locally within Power BI. Usage. Ideal for faster query performance and offline access. Performance. Generally faster as queries are executed against local data cache. Data storage. Data is stored within the PBIX file, allowing for faster data retrieval and manipulation. Here are some more questions that you can pause and review.